Hey, it's Akhtar Khan from Reaching Excellence. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to do buy-to-let in 2021. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, so in this video, I want to give you a breakdown of how to do buy-to-let properties or how to do buy-to-lets profitably in 2021. So I want to give you some strategies as to what you should be doing, what you should be looking for, and also what not to do. So let's start with what not to do. Let's not do things the old vanilla way of just dumping money into a property, making a very small amount of cash flow, and waiting for capital appreciation. Okay, one of the things that you want to be doing, I want to kind of give you a business model here, is you want to be making your profit when you buy. Okay, the old way of doing things is just dumping money into a property and leaving it long term. There's various problems with that. Number one, you're not going to make a great deal of cash flow. Number two, you're going to be reliant on using your own funds and like saving up deposits. And it's just going to be a slow, long way of building a portfolio. And if you want to make money from your portfolio, if you want it to give you enough income so you can live and retire, that's not the way to do it. That's the old vanilla way. Let's scrap that. The new way of doing things is looking to buy, make your money when you buy. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, there's a couple of ways that we can do this. Okay, the first way is buying below market value. Now, it's a term that's like kind of bandied around in the property investment circles, BMV, below market value. Now, whatever discount you can get, it's worth having, because if you can get a discount, then later on, you can kind of release that equity that you're getting, or that discount, or you can add it later on if you refinance. Okay, so typically when I look to buy, I'm looking for as big a discount as I get. Now, it all depends on how you source your deals. If you go to estate agents and you buy from them, yes, you can get stuff below market value, but you tend to find that the discounts are not so big. So if you can get maybe 5 or 10% off a property, it's still a good discount. Okay, the second way of doing it, and I'll talk about this more, and it's another video for another time when I'll go into depth about how I buy stuff, is if you go direct to vendors. So that means marketing directly to vendors, looking for properties yourself, looking for properties that might be for sale that perhaps aren't on the open market. Now, this is my preferred route because, number one, I'm not competing with everyone else, and I tend to get bigger discounts or more favorable terms. So one of the things I'm a big fan of doing is creative contracts, things like lease options, exchange with delayed completion, and things like vendor finance. Now, if you don't know what any of that stuff is, search the channel, because I have got videos that teach you those particular strategies. So a big strategy that people are doing right now is the BRRR strategy, which is buy, refurbish, refinance, and then rent out. The reason you want to be doing this is because if you can find a property that needs refurbishing, okay, you can either add value to it, or just through refurbishing, you can add value. And the purpose of doing that is it means you can refinance and pull the bulk of your money out. The objective is really to leave little to no money in the deal. In essence, what you can do is, if you do this the right way, you can have your houses for free, basically. You know, if you got the right deal, the right numbers, you can add the value sufficiently so you raise enough equity. Whatever money you put in, you want to be pulling the bulk of it out. Sometimes you can pull all of it out. Sometimes, in like some really great cases, you can pull more money out than what you put in. Now, this all depends on the next thing I want to talk to you about. Is it's really important to understand stress testing your properties. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that you need to make sure that the rental coverage is going to cover the mortgage payments. Now, at the moment, interest rates are really low. So the banks are typically looking at a stress test of 5%. So what that means is, if the interest rates go up to 5% and your mortgage payments go up, will your property still pay for the mortgage and give you a sufficient surplus to make profit? So this is one of the other things that you need to be doing. Okay, you need to make sure that you can stress test it. So there's ways that we can do that. It's either finding the right kind of property, or it's adding value in addition to the refurb. So one of the things that I'm a big fan of doing is looking at how we can not only increase the value of the property, but increase the rental income. So what kind of things can we do to increase rental income? Well, you could turn a property into a house of multiple occupancy, so it's a HMO. You can look to create rooms. Now, I'm a big fan of doing this with the path of least resistance and the least cost. So sometimes I bought properties that have got integral garages with them. Well, those integral garages, they're only good for storage. You know, if you try and put a car inside them, they're very difficult. You can't, you can just about get the car in. You can open the door about 6 inches and try and get out. They're not really great as a garage, but they work really well to convert into another bedroom. So that can increase your rent. Low cost loft conversion. So what do I mean by that? Well, some of the old Victorian houses, the pitches of the roof are nice and high, and there's a nice big loft space. So it's a lot more cost effective to go in and do a a loft conversion because you're simply putting in some floors and you put some skylights in without having to change the shape of the roof. It's a much more cost-effective way of doing a loft conversion and utilizing the space. So in many cases, I've taken like a 3-bedroom house and convert it into 5 bedrooms by putting two rooms up in the loft, as long as the house is big enough. Or sometimes, even the garage as well, so you can create 2 or 3 bedrooms. All of this hikes up the rental income and just gives you more cash flow, but also gives you that buffer so you can stress test your properties. So this is what you want to be doing. You want to be looking to make your money when you buy, and you also want to be looking for deals where you can hike up not only the capital value, like you don't want to just push the price up, you want to push the rental income up as well if you can. Okay, so that's how I buy properties in 2021. Again, you've got to look for BMV, you've got to look for good discounts. And given the current climate, the market conditions, there are more and more motivated sellers out there. Now, people often ask me, like, why would someone sell below market value? It's very, very simple. It's simply because they have to. They've got a problem or a challenge that means they need to sell the property quick. Sometimes it can be financial challenges, debt, credit card debts, or they've been unemployed, or they've fallen behind, repossession, that kind of stuff. Other times it's health challenges. Sometimes people have got to relocate and they will forfeit and take a knock on price in order to get the guaranteed or the certainty of a sale to move forwards. So the first thing I teach my students to do is before you look at the deal, you might find what you think is a great deal or the property is a great deal. Always identify what the vendor's motivation is, because if they're motivated enough and they've got some pain behind them that's motivating them to do the sale, you're going to get the right kind of discount, or you're going to get the deal on favorable terms, or you can do things very, very creatively. So those are my tips for how to do buy-to-let in 2021. Post in the comments below. Let me know what you're doing or what kind of strategies you're employing. Please like and subscribe because we're sending out videos each week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye for now.